Good morning. Thank you all for joining this webinar hosted by TeamViewer and Plat4mation. This webinar is all about unlocking the power of automation. We are going to present to you today the latest integration between the TeamViewer platform and ServiceNow, and also we'll show how we brought artificial intelligence to the platform, or actually both platforms. And we'll show you how this leads to really improved service operation. So let's get started. So innovation is really in the focus of the work we are doing, but also the work we are doing with TeamViewer. We strongly believe that when you have a platform like ServiceNow, where you can, for example, with IT service management, do your IT management, and really make sure that, let's say, if there's any issue, that an incident is created, and this is assigned to the right people who resolve the incident. What we don't have in ServiceNow is what TeamViewer is offering, basically, the capability to have remote sharing, desktop remote sharing capabilities, and unattended access to devices. And so if you make sure that you basically integrate a platform like TeamViewer Tensor with ServiceNow, then you can really make workflow and get really the strong capabilities of two platforms here. All right. So besides developing these kind of solutions like the TeamViewer integration, we do implementations of all ServiceNow modules, and that's a lot of modules, a lot of workflows over the last couple of years. ServiceNow has been growing a lot and has been publishing many more modules around IT service management, customer service management, IT operations management, a lot of risk and security modules and workflows. And we help our clients to implement these. We also do management consulting, business consulting, and technology consulting, and help our clients with platform support and business support to make sure that their instance is running smoothly and is basically fulfilling all the quality standards, best practices, and make sure that our clients get most value out of the platform. All right. And then, as I said, in 2019, we started the development of not one store application, but actually two, the TeamViewer remote support integration and also the TeamViewer enterprise integration. And let's say in the beginning, these were quite basic integrations. And over the last couple of years, we have been at least publishing one new version of these store apps per year. Both of these integrations are focused on integrating ServiceNow IT service management seamlessly with a TeamViewer Tensor. And it's always the goal to let's say, make sure that this integration really allows for excellent IT service management and service operations. With that, I would like to hand it over to Niels, and Niels will tell us all about the latest and greatest on the TeamViewer Tensor side, but also the integration we have been working on recently.
Great, and thank you, Tim. So yes, I'm Niels Lache, part of the business development team here at TeamViewer, and owning actually the integrations of TeamViewer on the ServiceNow platform. Quickly, just in case you're not aware who TeamViewer is, I mean, we're a German company founded in 2005 in southern Germany. When it was built purely for remote assist, for remote control by IT administrators, that they don't have to manually work or go to some places and just do the work remotely. This was a quite powerful tool, and it got quite a lot of traction. And after basically 10 years in the market, we then started to build and grow into new areas, mainly on the augmented reality side, and then also make the product enterprise ready and to add more features for these applications. In 2019, the company went public, became a publicly owned company. And from there, we then started to really double down, especially on the augmented reality space. We acquired new companies. We also did a lot on brand awareness and also started to build new partnerships with bigger players in the market. And In 2024, we then, for example, became the launch partner for the Apple Vision Pro, and we launched our AI product, what this presentation is mostly about, and also, of course, how it works in the ServiceNow context. And we also did the end of the year, beginning of this year, an acquisition of a player in the digital employee experience, where I also quickly drop a word on. Just for you, also for the setup, in case there are questions, we will have a Q&A session at the end of the presentations. Of course, if questions come already, please post them in the chat and we will pick them up later at the end of the presentation. So the TeamViewer product, currently we have 4 main pillars, which is first of all the TeamViewer remote product, which is basically the classical TeamViewer, classic remote support for IT administrators, managing and working on IT fleets, keeping them up and running, and this with a remote first approach. Then we have TeamViewer Tensor, which is the enterprise version of that product. What does enterprise in this case mean for us? We make the product integratable so that it doesn't run as a standalone platform, and this is also then of course where the focus on ServiceNow comes into play, so that people can, or supporters can launch TeamViewer out of ServiceNow incidents. And of course, additional use cases to connect, for example, to smart devices, so non-IT equipment and even equipment like industrial machinery on the shop floor. And of course, everything then has to be added another security layer, therefore with our conditional access product, so that people can define who's allowed to control which device at what point in time. Then we have our TeamViewer Frontline Suite, which is all about augmented reality support, bringing information from the desk to the worker on the shop floor, on the field, either with smart glasses or smartphones, whatever is available and fits best to the use case. And then we have our new DEX product, Digital Employee Experience product, which is then really about managing large IT fleets and automate the operations of such. So how do we extend the ServiceNow platform? I mean, the core capability, of course, is on the incident management, on the ITSM module, where we enable our customers to employ a remote first approach and to resolve like the issues that occur when on the IT side remotely. And this can be done directly then from the service incident. The people will receive, the supporters can send out session invites and join from the platform directly. Then we're focusing on asset management. This is then like every item, every device in the CMDB, every CI can be, when it's connected or registered in TeamViewer, it can be connected to directly from the ServiceNow platform. So there will be a button on the CMD on the ServiceNow assets that allows the users to directly connect from them, making the operations a lot smoother. This is especially like when for devices that are not attended, like machinery in the shop floor, server farms, that sort of devices. Then we have customer service management, similar to incident management, of course, but in this case, I'm supporting external customers by sending and enabling agents to send them invites either for remote control sessions to troubleshoot software or something that they have bought on their devices, or even physical tasks with our augmented reality product, where then the expert can connect to the person's smartphone and see basically what they see in the field and support them on the physical operation on the products they need assistance. And we have field service management. This is then, of course, then fully doubling down on our augmented reality solution, where we enable to again have a see what they see experience, provide real-time markers, and by this removing the need for experts to travel into the field, and they can basically apply the knowledge through the worker remotely on the shop floor. So coming to the core of this presentation, our AI products and where are we coming from? So what we've seen in the market is that challenges for IT support are rising, mounting. So we see it simply because by the number of devices that are constantly growing out there, they also cause more support cases. A lot of these tasks are repetitive and time-consuming, and which have to be executed and dealt with by technicians that are not always available. And since we have the lack there, this of course also results in a lack of high quality documentation because the experts are busy resolving problems, and also this makes then, but on the other side, the case handover quite hard. And then also from an operations perspective, with limited documentation, the operations managers also cannot understand how the time of the team is being used. So what we have done is we have launched end of the year, last year, our Session Insights product, where we then are now able to capture and all the events that are happening during a TeamViewer remote support session, meaning the actual mouse clicks of the sessions on the different programs that are running on the PC. And of course, with this, we can then automate the documentation process for a quick handover, and we generate actionable insights. So since we know who is interacting with what to resolve what type of problem, we provide analytics, and of course, this can be then also be used to build a knowledge base and to create knowledge retention inside the company. So how does it work? Let's have a look. This is now what we see would be a typical ServiceNow incident where which has been created. Some user cannot connect to a certain website. This is an internal use case. The CI is already available, and you saw the connection can be directly established from ServiceNow. The first thing the supporter would do now is to check if the Wi-Fi settings are up, so if the device is connected, and then afterwards check the network adapter. So go to the Windows setting, check if everything is fine with the network adapter, which in this case it is. So since this is a connection issue to a website, normally this is because of a wrong DNS entry. So in this case, the admin is now opening the Windows command line and is flashing the DNS, and now also looking if this command was executed properly. And after that, the people should be fine to visit the website again. Now, coming back to ServiceNow, we can now see basically the track record of what has actually happened. So we see automatically a TeamViewer connection report has been created. And on the connection report, we can then basically see a lot of information. We really started to have built this up and made this bigger to actually see like how long it took. And you can see the accessed application and the summary, which was generated with TeamViewer AI and added to the report, as well as the actual action steps, including the commands that were done on the remote terminal. Again, now jumping to TeamViewer, we can see that also on TeamViewer, of course, we have this information, the same as we have it on ServiceNow, the AI-generated TeamViewer session summary of the actions that were done during the connections. And we have statistics on the actual interaction. Now this is globally. So for example, we see that we have had four network issues in the past that have been resolved. And we can drill a bit into it. Also, when we search for the connection that we or done, like this was the DNS issue, we also find it. So we can basically see what applications have been accessed during that remote support session. We see, of course, it was with Windows. We worked with the console. We used the search fields. So all of this information that is done during a remote support session is captured by TeamViewer and is made visible to the users on ServiceNow and on the TeamViewer platform. So this is available as of today. Everybody can use it. This is live on the store. Now, also, I want to give you some insights on how this is then available in the future and how we make this knowledge processable out of different applications. So for this, now let's have a look what we have, how an IT landscape can look like, and how we foresee that this can be easily used, especially then in the ServiceNow or integrated context. We have TeamViewer, where we basically, when we do a remote support session, we capture the knowledge how to resolve a certain problem. So we are basically building solution recipes with our session insight features. And we have ServiceNow, where we have the incident, where we actually have the problem statement. So what problem was solved with the solution that TeamViewer has captured. And with Now Assist and the agents that can be built now, and what we're currently building is then the ability to basically bring the problem and the problem statement and the solution together and make them really easily accessible by let the user basically chat with Copilot or Now Assist agent to actually get the information he needs when he works on tasks and want to access the knowledge base that has always been created. And how this looks like, we already have this feature live with the Microsoft Teams Copilot. It will soon be available in Now Assist. And just to show you the power and how this works, I will just show it to you now. So we have here the Copilot, and now let's assume an agent has received an incident on ServiceNow. He now activates the connectors for Copilot on to get the information, and he's basically now asking Copilot to show me the details of the new incident that he has received. We will see this is an incident about something is not working with a printer in the marketing department. And now so the Copilot, the agent, instead of directly fixing it, he says, okay, was there already a problem in the past that was solved with TeamViewer and that relates to that problem description? So he asked this to Copilot, and he then gets basically the answer. And now again, we have the access from the platform, from the TeamViewer platform on Teams or in future on Now Assist, including the actual action steps. So now what the agent can do is he can look at the action steps and then do a TeamViewer session and connect again to the device and apply basically everything that he can see already. So he doesn't have to figure the problem out for himself anymore. It has been solved, and the knowledge how to resolve it is available to him in a very detailed manner. And this is, yeah. Now, since I mentioned this is not only about connecting and containing the knowledge, but it's also about the statistics. So now, for example, another thing is if the operation guy says, okay, now I want to actually see if we have a bigger problem here with printer fixes or with our printer drivers. And so now we can see, for example, we can query show me the TeamViewer connections that required printer issues over the last year. And we can actually see now identify a trend of these connections. And again, since we have the TeamViewer summaries available to the agent can query the information and retrieve more data out of it. And now, as a summary, we can see from the agent that actually there are two main issues to resolve that were done, or two main actions that were done in the summaries to resolve the issue. The first one was basically downloading a new printer driver, and the second one was activating a license on the printer's utilities app. So actually fairly easy things, and that don't necessarily require agent interaction. So instead, this can be then published on a FAQ section on a knowledge base to make this information available to everyone, and to reduce the load on the IT support desk. And as mentioned, currently we have it on Copilot. It's, for Microsoft, it's live already, and very soon this will be also available for Now Assist. Okay, coming to the end of the webinar, what we have seen is basically the seamless integration of TeamViewer and ServiceNow. You saw like basically TeamViewer connections can be established from the ServiceNow operations workspace. With the TeamViewer session insights that we are capturing, we allow the basically all knowledge capturing on the support session. Also really what's done, provide a deeper insight on it. The interaction itself is tracked on the ServiceNow incident. So all the information that we capture with TeamViewer, we make available for post-processing on the ServiceNow platform. And this then includes and also Now Assist, where we provide an easy way to combine the information captured with TeamViewer and ServiceNow to build up to make it easier to apply this knowledge for future users. And yeah, and as an outlook, yes, we are currently building the Now Assist Now Assist agent that will enable the same thing as we have it for Copilot. And in addition to that, we're going fully web-based, meaning that on the supporter side, no TeamViewer installation will be required in future. And also we will basically also porting this AI use case that we've seen to our AR product, so that this not only works for the IT support, but for field service and OT support as well. Coming to the quick outlook on TeamViewer Dex, since this is our new product. Digital employee experience, what does it mean for us? So basically, we, as TeamViewer, we have identified 4 pillars to build a great digital employee experience platform. So this is really just for you to understand what we are currently, where we're going to be going and what this means for us. So for us, this and the first pillar is the observability. So we basically provide and want to enable our users and customers to gain a holistic view of the fleets that they're operating, the assets that they're managing, and basically create actionable insights for those. Then based on that, we would like to, we see the second pillar is automation, where it then comes to identify errors before they occur, to resolve them predictively, meaning this is then to automatically trigger the flows, to do hardware replacement, to do software updates, also at the point where to not interrupt the general operations. Of course not, but not all problems can be resolved before they occur, so there always will be some. For this, then, of course, a remediation remediation of these issues is the third pillar, where we basically enable a remediation in real time by allowing to run updates and run scripts automatically and from the platform. And it's also we have a validation piece into it, which allows our the operators to actually get the user sentiment on how well the platform and the IT fleet in general is operating. Also here, we have several applications already available on the ServiceNow stores, since this is an acquired product, not a new one. And we are now also adding TeamViewer functionality into these applications. Great. Are there questions?
So far, we only had one question, which was if the recording of this webinar will be shared afterwards. And yes, we will be sharing the recording afterwards with you per email. If there are any more questions, now's the moment to post them to the chat.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that we constantly asking is about the knowledge capturing. Of course, everything here is GDPR compliant. Like when we create those sessions, some insights, for example, we have several layers that remove user information or actual GDPR relevant data from the session insights. So, for example, no usernames, no email addresses, all of these type of things are removed from the session insights from when we create them. And also this information, I mean, the knowledge is held in our customer's tenant, so it's not publicly available. Of course, all of the information is retrieved on a tenant base.
If there are no more questions right now, you can of course also always feel free to reach out to us afterwards via email. But then I think if right now there's no more questions, we would thank you for joining the webinar today. On the next slide, we have a QR code for you. I will also post the link of the QR code into the chat. There's just a small little survey, which we would really appreciate if you could fill it in to provide some feedback for today's webinar. All right, I think then we can close it off. Thank you all for joining, and have a good rest of your day.
Thank you.